These kids are so extraordinary that you won't believe they are real. From mermaids to marvelous talents and even echolocation, these kids will leave you dumbfounded. Bayezid Hossein. You might look at Bayezid and think of him as just an old man with dwarfism. But actually, he's just a kid from southern Bangladesh dealing with a rare condition called progeria. Basically, his body's on fast forward, aging 8 times faster than usual. He also has this thing called cutis laxa, making his skin all loose and droopy. But aside from his unique look, Bayezid is just a regular kid. He loves his toys and kicking around a football. The problem is that folks in his community keep their distance, and he's short on friends because the other kids are spooked by his appearance. Bayezid's family has tried everything to help him out, from doctors to herbal remedies to religious blessings, but no luck. He is super smart for a 4-year-old, and his mom is very proud of that. But it is tough for her to watch Bayezid go through this. The thing is, there's no cure for progeria, and individuals with it don't usually make it past 15. You gotta feel for Bayezid and his family, right? Their kid is a bright spark, but they are stuck watching him grow old way too soon, with no happy ending in sight. It's heartbreaking. Juliano Stro. This kid probably gave his teachers homework. Juliano Stro, the strongest kid in the world, was so ripped at the age of 5 that most of us couldn't achieve that even after years of hitting the gym. Juliano started training with his brothers when they were toddlers, which included 2 hours of heavy weightlifting every morning. He even smashed a record for the fastest 10-meter hand walk with a weighted ball between his legs. And a year later, he broke another record on live television by doing push-ups without letting his feet touch the ground. Juliano's father faced severe criticism for potentially harming his children's health with this unusual training regimen, but he brushed it off. Now, in their late teens, both Juliano and his brother are as fit as fiddles. They have taken up boxing, and while they might not be the strongest teenagers anymore, their appearance reflects a perfectly normal growth trajectory. Amari Stova. It's like a gut punch to see kids who could have had a regular happy life, but got robbed of it because they were born with some condition they never asked for. Take Amari Stova from Alabama, for example. He was born with this thing called NF type 1, where tumors grow all over your body. And let me tell you, Amari's got it rough. His face is covered in these big hanging tumors, which even block one of his eyes. Because of how he looks, Amari mostly sticks to home. Can you blame him? Kids at the park ain't exactly welcoming. They would call him names like Monster. Now, he is a teenager, and despite facing countless chemo sessions and doctor visits, those tumors are still there. He has been through so much and still has to face those stares and whispers from others every time he goes outside. Let's just hope that soon the doctors figure out a way to treat Amari and give him the chance at life he deserves. Caitlyn Thornley. Whether it's a pesky allergy or just a random cold, when one has to sneeze, there is little they can do to dodge it, right? Well, imagine being this girl from Texas who found herself in a never-ending cycle of sneezing after a simple music lesson. From that day on, Caitlyn started sneezing up to 20 times a minute and over 12,000 times a day. This mysterious condition turned her life upside down. Thankfully, after enduring 4 months of constant sneezing, it gradually came to a halt over the course of 48 hours. So what caused all this chaos? Turns out it was PANDAS, a rare condition where the body goes into hyperdrive in reaction to a bacterial infection. Charlotte Garside. Now we have got a story here about a girl who just keeps dishing out surprises. Despite a smooth pregnancy, Charlotte kicked things off with a bang by showing up a whole month early, catching everyone off guard, weighing in at just 2 pounds. At first, Her folks chalked up her tiny size to being premature, but as time went on with no significant growth, worry set in. Turns out their little girl, Charlotte, was dealing with a rare genetic disorder called primordial dwarfism. This condition doesn't just mess with height, it also throws in some unique facial features. Individuals dealing with it often have small noses, unusually tiny skulls, and sparse hair on their heads. At first, her parents weren't sure if Charlotte would make it far after her birth. But boy, did she prove them wrong. She not only lived, but she also overcame all the prognoses. Doctors said that people with her disease wouldn't reach their teenage years, but surprising everyone, Charlotte celebrated her sweet 16 in August 2023. Charlotte has this rare condition, however, it doesn't prevent her from enjoying life to the fullest. She excels in school and enjoys socializing with her peers. Looking like a porcelain doll in her pram, folks still mistake her for a baby, but Charlotte's a full-fledged teenager, and she is the light of the Garside family with a personality that's way bigger than her size. Ben Underwood. Even the blind can see if they don't let their disability hold them back. Don't believe me? Meet Ben, who lost his eyesight at 3 due to eye cancer, but didn't let that stop him from shooting hoops and biking like a pro. So how did he do it? Well, Ben had this super cool skill called echolocation. Basically, he made clicking sounds with his tongue and used the echoes to figure out his surroundings, kind of like how bats find their way in the dark or how ultrasound machines work. Ben didn't see himself as a blind kid. Nope, he got around just fine without a cane or guide dog, relying only on his echolocation skills. This exceptional talent made Ben a bit of a legend, but unfortunately, the cancer which took his eye came back, and this time spread to his brain and spinal cord. At his home in Elk Grove, California, Ben passed away a week before his 17th birthday. While he may be gone, his life teaches us a valuable lesson. To make your life better, you need to push your boundaries rather than feeling sorry for yourself. Muhammad Kaleem. This boy got some seriously massive hands, all because of local gigantism. Hailing from a small village in Jharkhand state, India, Kaleem's condition blew up his hands to a whopping 12 kilograms by the time he hit 8 years old. His out-of-the-ordinary appearance didn't just attract stares, it also attracted bullies. And if that wasn't enough, schools turned him away, claiming his hands freaked out the other kids. Now imagine being in Kaleem's family. On top of the regular care for their son, who struggles with basic tasks like dressing, eating, and bathing, they have to deal with all sorts of superstitious tales from villagers, calling Kaleem a devil's child, cursed with big hands. But when Kaleem's story hit the media, doctors from all over offered to help to improve his quality of life. Unfortunately, the surgeries didn't quite do the trick. If anything, Kaleem's hands got even larger after it. Fast forward to today, Kaleem is a teenager, and life is still not what he and his family had hoped for. Tessa Evans. This adorable little girl still shines like sunlight. Meet Tessa, born with arrhythmia, an incredibly rare medical condition. Not only is her nose missing, but she also has no sense of smell or sinus activity. She can still cough, sneeze, and catch a cold like the rest of us, because believe or not, it has to do more with your chest than your nose. When she was just 8 days old, doctors inserted a tube into her trachea to help her breathe. But now, Tessa is about to make history as the first person in the world to receive a 3D printed nose. This groundbreaking surgery is going to change her life. Sure, she won't be able to smell things, but life's going to be a whole lot better for Tessa. Her surgery journey will stretch into her teen years. First, they will implant some structures to give her a nasal bump. Then, when her face stops growing after puberty, they'll finally put the nose in place. They will even use medical tattooing to add nuances of light and shade, making the nose look as realistic as possible. Deepak Paswan. An extra pair of legs and hands might sound like a superhero power, but for Deepak it was a nightmare. Born in a small village in Bihar, India, where quality healthcare was scarce, so with no prenatal checks, Deepak's arrival shocked everyone. The newborn had 8 limbs, 4 of which belonged to his parasitic twin, protruding from his belly. Doctors had no clue about Deepak's condition and even doubted whether he would survive. One doctor suggested surgery, but it had to be done at another hospital, one his family couldn't afford. So, they took him back home. As Deepak grew, so did his parasitic twin, sparking a whole lot of talk among the villagers. Some deemed him as a monster bound to eat his parents, while others saw him as a goddess reincarnated. Then there were those who blamed everything on a bad omen brought by a lunar eclipse. By the time he was 6, the parasitic twin's part weighed over 6 pounds. Thankfully, a CT exam revealed that Deepak didn't share any major organs with his parasitic twin, making him eligible for surgery with minimal risk. And after the surgery, he's now living a normal life, walking around and playing without getting any weird stares. Ivan Stoikovich. When it comes to having a magnetic personality, Ivan took that to a whole new level, literally. This Croatian kid can literally attract stuff like a magnet, sticking objects such as spoons, mobile phones, and even frying pans to his chest. His family claims he can handle around 55 pounds easily, as shown by him putting dumbbells in a frying pan attached to his chest. There's no scientific explanation for humans having this kind of magnetic power. So his family thinks he's got some divine gift going on. They even believe he can heal people. According to them, whenever someone is hurting, Ivan supposedly makes it vanish in a flash. So is this real-life X-Men stuff? Well, the experts aren't buying it. They say he's just chubby and sticky. What do you think? Xian Hang. Now we have got a kid who was dubbed Fish Boy by the other kids in his neighborhood. Meet Xian Hang from Wenling, China, who has a rare genetic skin condition named after the Greek word for fish, ichthyosis. People with this condition develop dry, scaly skin on their bodies. But Pan's case is so severe that the dry scales have affected the shape of his eyes, nose, mouth, and ears, and they have also limited the movement of his arms and legs. To top it off, poor Pan can't sweat, so he overheats on hot summer days. But that's not even the worst part. You know what comes with dry skin and scales? The itching Pan deals with is so intense that he struggles to catch some proper sleep at night, constantly in pain. All his family can do is slather on creams, oils, and moisturizers to keep his skin hydrated, so it doesn't dry out more. Because if it cracks, it's more prone to infections. Hanjing. Check out this young girl who's got a knack for communicating with animals. It all started one day in kindergarten when Jiaying was petting a frog and discovered she had a special talent for hypnotizing animals with her voice and gentle touch. At the age of 5, Jiaying decided to showcase her talent to the world by entering a talent show. There, she managed to put a lizard, rabbit, chicken, frog, and dog to sleep with her mesmerizing skills. Now, experts claim Jiaying's tactic of putting animals to sleep triggers their natural response of tonic immobility, which is kind of like playing dead to stay safe. Shiloh Pepen. Mermaids aren't just fairy tales. Shiloh proves they are real. Born with Amelia or mermaid syndrome, her legs fused into one. But that wasn't all. She also had no bladder, uterus, an incomplete large intestine, and just a quarter of one kidney, among other issues. Doctors didn't expect her to live long, but Shiloh proved them wrong. Despite kidney problems and surgeries, she lived life fully, even finding humor in her condition. She went to school like any other kid, excelled academically, and was known not for her appearance only, but but for her lively personality. Her love for butterflies reflected her free-spirited nature. Although surgery to separate her legs was an option, the risks were high due to her other health issues. Before her parents could decide, Shiloh got pneumonia at 10. Rushed to the ICU, her kidneys failed, and sadly, she passed away. Sophie Green. Doing homework, painting nails, and tackling chores around the house might seem pretty typical, but Sophie manages to do it all without any arms. Adopted at the tender age of 2, she left her parents amazed when she grabbed an ice cream cone with her feet and started chowing down all by herself. And that was just the beginning of Sophie's unstoppable journey to ensure she could do everything other kids her age do. Not only does she know how to get things done, but she also has a great sense of humor about her disability. When curious kids at school asked her where her arms were, she would casually reply that a bear ate them. Sure, watching a girl without hands write with her foot initially caught her peers off guard, but over time, she's made plenty of friends and even started a few YouTube videos documenting her daily life. Archie Norris. When you have got a toddler at home and some pricey music equipment lying around, keeping both safe is a top priority. That's exactly what John Norris was doing, but one day, his 2-year and 10-month-old son, Archie, managed to find his way to the gear, and it shocked John. John came up with a genius idea to color-code all the equipment so Archie could learn to operate the equipment more effectively. And with each passing day, Archie's skills improved. John even posted some videos of Archie DJing, which quickly gained traction. At just 4 years and 130 days old, Archie was officially recognized as a DJ after spinning tunes for a full hour at a club in Hong Kong, earning him the title of the world's youngest DJ. By the age of 5, Archie didn't even need the color-coded references anymore to operate the equipment. Despite never having formal music lessons and his dad letting him explore on his own, Archie got so good that now he performs all over the country, delighting music fans of all ages. Rama Haruna. Rama was born with perfectly formed limbs, but a mysterious condition stopped the growth of her legs and one arm when she was just 6 months old, right as she was learning to sit up. The pain from this condition was constant, and Rama ended up living tightly in a plastic bowl which was also used by her family to transport her. Living in a small village in Nigeria, Rama's story remained unknown to the world until a journalist snapped a photo of her in the plastic bowl, which quickly went viral. Her brother Fahad was her constant companion, dedicating his life to helping her interact with others by taking her out every day. As the viral photos spread, an outpouring of support and media attention followed. Rama expressed her ambition to open a small grocery shop in the future. However, these dreams were never realized. The photojournalist who captured Rama's story broke the news to the world that she had passed away at the age of 19. Lett Patidar. Meet Lett, a teenager from Nanketta village in India whose extraordinary facial hair growth has made him stand out his entire life, resembling a real-life werewolf. Diagnosed with hypertrichosis, a condition marked by excessive hair growth all over the body, Lett didn't realize his uniqueness until he was 7, noticing he had more hair than other kids his age. Unfortunately, this distinct appearance attracted bullies who taunted him with names like Monkey Man and compared him to a ghost. Despite the difficulties, 17-year-old Lett stays focused on spreading happiness and does not let negativity affect him. While there is no known cure for his disease, he has learnt to enjoy life and now aspires to be a successful YouTuber. Mohammed AlShake. This kid's joints are so flexible that you might mistake him for a spider trapped in a human body. Mohammed is a local celebrity in his neighborhood, known for his remarkable physical skills and abilities. He even gained attention when he appeared on Arab's Got Talent, amassing 14 million votes. At the age of 13, he attempted to break the world record for the most full-body revolutions while maintaining a chest stand in 1 minute. The Spider Boy spun his way into the record books by making an impressive 30-80 turns. Luis Manuel Gonzalez. Luis was born a perfectly normal and healthy child, weighing around 7.5 pounds. However, within 2 months, he ballooned to about 22.5 pounds. Now that's some serious weight gain, especially for a baby who hasn't even reached a quarter of his first birthday. His mother thought maybe it was her milk that was giving him the extra power, and over the next 8 months, Luis managed to pack on almost 40 more pounds. Now, Luis has become the poster child for a group highlighting Mexico's leading position in child obesity and diabetes. At 62 pounds, 10-month-old Luis is quite the spectacle, but he desperately needs surgery and proper medical care to save him from an untimely death. Unfortunately, his dad can't afford it. After his story gained traction in the media, he received some support. What is even more curious is that even after thorough examinations, doctors still couldn't pinpoint the cause of this unusual weight increase. And that's a wrap on the 20 most unique kids around the world. Some of these stories make you appreciate the simplest things that we frequently take for granted. Then there are kids who have remarkable abilities, proving that age is just a number when it comes to talent. So, which kid's story caught your attention the most? Let us know in the comments below. And while you are at it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this coming your way. Until next time, goodbye.